Hello everybody and welcome to the Autodesk University Survivor Guide. We're putting together this short series of videos to help everyone understand what's available at AU there, considering this year's Autodesk University is extremely accessible to everyone. If you've ever attended an AU before, you know about the sheer volume of classes to choose from and the amount of information you can gather personally to help improve yourself. In the AEC space alone this year, there's 260 classes to choose from. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down and try and point you in the right direction. Today I'm here with my colleague Adam Walmsley, who's going to share his thoughts on the Autodesk University this year and what makes this year's virtual conference so special and worth attending. He's also going to share his recommendations on his top 5 classes. So how about we start with it? Adam, how are you today, man?
I'm good, Stefan, and yourself?
Oh, look, I'm doing pretty good. Tell me, how many Autodesk universities have you attended in the past?
Yeah, so this will be my third AU. I attended my first one as a customer, which was an awesome experience, and then I attended my second one as an employee for Autodesk.
Awesome. So why should our listeners actually register and attend Autodesk University?
So when I was a customer and I attended my first AU, the amount of classes that I attended over those 4 days was just incredibly inspirational. So I found that I came back to the office reinvigorated, ready to try new things, because an Autodesk University is kind of the best of the best, presenting what they know, mistakes that they've made in the past, things like that. So yeah, I found it just a really invigorating, inspiring conference for myself. So that's why I think people should attend it.
So when is this year's conference? And again, what's going to be the highlights of a virtual event this year versus a physical event?
Yeah, sure. So this year's event, for those that don't know, is in the 18th to the 20th of November. So just over a month away. What makes it so great? It is a truly global virtual event. So it is going to be time zone friendly for everybody. We also have a series of on-demand classes, as well as some live global broadcasts. So you can watch the keynotes and things like that live, but you can also consume classes when you want in your own time. We then have a live Q&A session based on those classes that you consume. So you can, watch some videos at night while you're laying in bed, and then when the live Q&A sessions are on, you can come and speak to the person that presented that class and ask as many questions as you want in that live setting. I think that is pretty special. And I guess most importantly is that it's free. A lot of people don't realize that. You do need to register. Registrations are open now. But yeah, ultimately it is a free conference, which, obviously in the past, the expense to get to Vegas from Australia can be significant. So yeah, I highly recommend people jump on the Autodesk University website and register, because it is free this year.
Awesome, love your thoughts there. I do agree that 14-hour trip from Australia all the way over to the US is a real killer. So having it virtual this year is going to make a big difference. Can you tell us what your top 5 recommendations are for this year's conference and why you think people should go and see these classes?
Yeah, sure. So I am looking at the civil infrastructure perspective. So for those that don't know Jerry Bartels, or you haven't seen any of his content before, he is probably the #1 guru when it comes to Civil 3D. So his class this year is basically on tips and tricks. So I'm sure you will be guaranteed to learn something from him. If you've ever consumed his YouTube content, you'll see that he does an excellent job of explaining features and things like that in Civil 3D in a really easy to consume way. My next class is around Forge and digital transformation and using the power of cloud computation and things like that. So I think, as we know, in digital engineering workflows in this day and age, data is a really highly valuable asset. We always talk about, or I always talk about, actually so do you, Stefan, we talk about putting data at the center of our processes on projects. So this class is really going to talk to that and talk about how you could start to introduce these kind of disruptive data-driven workflows in the cloud through our Forge platform.
Cool.
The next class I have here is connecting BIM and GIS. So something that I feel pretty passionate about. I also have lots of conversations with people. We do have our partnership with Esri that some of you may be aware of. So this class is really looking at the difference, I suppose, between BIM and GIS, and why a BIM person may be really interested in leveraging GIS data, and vice versa. So why a GIS person might be really interested in leveraging BIM data. It also has an environmental tip to it, so that gets a big tick from me in regards to sustainability. And then moving on to a class on drones and data capture and reality capture. So the first line here says, what do I do now that I have a point cloud? I hear that question a lot. Everyone is capturing data these days with drones and LiDAR and terrestrial scanners. And it is often difficult to know what to do with the information to make those billions of points really accessible and sort of processing into something that can be used by the wider project team. So this class here is going to explore that in a bit of detail. Highly recommend you watch this one. And I'm saving the best till last. So this is on Dynamo. So Dynamo for Civil 3D. So for those of you that aren't aware, we have Dynamo for Civil 3D, really helps automation and computational design. I am helping Joan moderate this class for the live Q&A session. It will be time zone friendly, so you can come and ask us as many questions as you want about the Civil 3D toolkit that is a custom package for Dynamo for Civil 3D. Yeah, I mean, Dynamo is my passion. I'm super excited for this one. I hope you guys come along and throw some questions our way.
Awesome. I do love the plug at the end there. Some good recommendations. I like it. All right, so that wraps it up for Adam's recommendations. As I said, go register now. It's free. Learn and improve yourself on a daily basis.
Thanks, Stefan.
See ya.